What's up, veterans? This is Junior Bennett coming to you live. I am a 100% Navy Desert Storm permanent total disabled veteran, and I want to take the time out and thank you guys for subscribing. Please hit the subscribe button, like button, comment section below the video so we can stay contacting you with new videos that are helpful to you in filing your disability claim. Today's best message is all about my why. And my why for filing disability claims had to be big enough to go overcome the obstacles of getting a high value claim. The reason why I'm talking about my why today is because I hope that you see through my why in this video that you have a big enough why to overcome the obstacles of filing for a disability claim, whether it's your first time, second, third, fourth time, to get a high value claim. See, I want to put you back in the mindset of where I was. You know, here I was, 17 when I went into the Navy. My mother had to sign for me to go into the military. I wasn't even able. I came from a poor side of the track in West Birmingham, Alabama, and I was a high achiever in high school, so I scored really high on my ASVAB score, and I was able to go into the Airedale division of the Navy. Those of you that know the Navy, there's ship's company and there's squadrons and things of that nature. Then there's CBs, specialty stuff like that. But normally, as a Navy sailor, you are ship's company, and you're on the ship going through these deployments, these workups, all this stuff, Fleet Week, things of that nature when you're in the Navy. So you stay on this mattress that's very thin. It's like a 3-tier mattress, 3 mattresses. It's a coffin rack. And you go out to sea for 6 months at a time. Sometimes the deployments are longer, but my reasons why is that I scored high on the ASVAB. I was on the honor roll. I was in Beta Club. I was on the honors class, honor society, math tournament, things of that nature. So I was a high achiever in my books, you know. So I scored high. So therefore, I wanted a job that had to do with high IQ, and so I dealt with trying to find out what MOS I wanted, and I got into the aviation department, aviation field. I was considered as an Airedale, if you will, in the Navy. I was an avionics technician, and I was sold at the recruiter office the idea of traveling the world, having an outstanding career, and upward mobility, meaning getting advanced and getting promoted. You know how your recruiters do, and you never see them again the rest of your life. So I was sold on traveling. I was shown pictures. I was shown videos of all the different countries he had visited to. I never forget the guy's name, but I don't know where he is today. So my why for joining the Navy was to explore the world and to career advancement at an early age. And did not know that the very next year, once I got in, November 6, 1992, was going to change my life forever. And so as I got in 91, September 91, I went to A school, and after A school, I scored really high in A school. I got my orders to Naval Air Station, Whidbey Island, and I worked in a RAG outfit for training, VAQ 129 at the time, and then I went over to VAQ 130, which is the Zappers. And like I said, my career got derailed November 6, 1992. So I was very short into my career. I got sucker punched and broken my nose, and I didn't know how damaged or how bad it was. I kept on, doing what my superiors told me to do, and that's continue my job and continue to go on cruises and things of that nature. And so my career was going down here because I was suffering, did not know, what I was suffering with. I was a young kid. I was traumatized. I was, scrutinized and held back. I was getting temporary assigned duties while I was in the Navy. Sometimes I wasn't even working in my field after that happened. So when I got out, I tore up my uniform. Okay, I tore up my uniform and I put it in the trash. I didn't want anything to do with the Navy, and so I tried to combat my pain, my hurt, and I became a federal law enforcement officer and working for U.S. Immigration Service. Well, my PTSD was kicking in, and I didn't know it was kicking in, and I was fighting with superiors, my bosses, and things of that nature, and I ended up resigning. Okay, this is the decline I'm telling you today that I had to go through to understand my reasons and for why I'm filing. Okay, so I was a high achiever, and I got out, became a federal law enforcement officer, went to federal law enforcement school with high marks there, and then my career started to fade. And I wasn't able to work with others. I was cranky. I resigned from a federal job. And then after that, I started little things to do. I never could get back on track. And, one night, someone I was sleeping with, said, Junius, you woke up breathing really hard. You was losing your breath. And so I thought none of it. I called my mother. I said, hey, Mom, I think somebody was stepping on my chest while I was sleeping. And I don't know what it is, if I'm living bad or not. So I went undiagnosed all those years up into 2008. And I had a job, a private employer, and the same thing. A girl that I was sleeping with said, you're losing your breath. So that's when I got my no diagnosis. From 1996 to 2008, I was undiagnosed with PTSD. I was undiagnosed with sleep apnea. I was undiagnosed with hypertension, things of that nature. And so it had affected me for as career-wise, all right? So by the time, I couldn't take it anymore, I just was homeless and going paycheck to paycheck or not even having a job at all. And so I lost over $900,000 on disability money. I also lost a lot of years for as advancing into the Navy. I lost a lot of years not advancing in law enforcement. I resigned after 3 years of the law enforcement, only did 4 years in the Navy. So I didn't have a long work history, if you will. And it kind of bothered me because here I was a high achiever and I wasn't good in relationships. I was getting divorced here and I was getting divorced there. All that kind of stuff was just piling up on me. And I thought about all the millions of dollars that was lost from me earning potential and disability wise. So in 2019, 26 years later, that became my why. Okay. I thought about all the missed relationships, didn't have any children, all the times I could have had with my kids as I was growing up. And now that I'm 40 something years old, I have nothing to show for what happened to me in November 6, 1992. So my reasons why was so high. It was so much pain, so much anger, and so much drive to get help medically and to get my disability. And I didn't want no 50%. I didn't want no 60%. I wanted the highest rating that was deserving of me. The reason why I'm talking to you about this is because some of you are suffering right now, but you're being wimps. Some of you are questioning the program. Should I do this? Am I out of the state? Does the VA recognize out-of-state medical nexus letters? And the answer is yes. You got all of these isms, all this negativity, and you need to establish your reasons why you're filing for you if you're single. If you got a spouse and kids, you need to establish a big enough why to drive you to the point of obsession. Because that's where I was. I was at the point of obsession to get my paperwork together, get my outpatient game together, to get that smart money, that tax-free money. I was obsessed. I was studying the law day and night. I had no one like myself to guide me through this process. So my message to you, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't established a big reason why to file for disability or to go for an increase, you're going about it the wrong way, because it's going to defeat you when you first started. Oh, I got to fly to Atlanta, or I got to fly to this place, to this doctor. Oh, this doctor told me they don't see a connection, or this doctor says he sees a connection, all the good stuff. And let's address these telehealth appointments versus in-person appointments. If you value your claim and value your family's disability money, you will do whatever it takes to be an in-person exam to get your medical nexus DBQs written by our physicians or any physician that you're using. You got to establish the biggest reason why ever, because you're getting older. Most of my people that are watching me on this video are probably 45 to 64. It's getting point to the time of retirement. You need extra income. You're still sickly. You're hurting. You're not only hurting yourself, but you're hurting your spouse. They're watching you hurt. They're watching you be disabled. And I don't want nothing to do with the VA. You got this attitude. You got this attitude of the VA is against me and all that good stuff. Let me tell you something. I don't care of all the claims that went before me. The VSOs that told me I couldn't file a secondary with the direct at the same time, which would have cost me $15,000. The VSO that told me that I called the VSO up and said, you do claims all the time. I know you got some doctors for me to see. He's told me no. Out of all that negativity, I even drove to Nashville, Tennessee, where I used to live in Nashville, to get my sleep apnea first diagnosis from 2008. I live in Atlanta. I did whatever it took because I established a big reason why. I not only went to Nashville, I went to North Carolina. I went to all these doctors because there was nothing more important than my health and my smart money. So I can encourage you today, as I sit out here in this beautiful day, think about what you could be doing with your life if you didn't have to worry about the first $40,000. Think about what dreams you could be accomplishing, what businesses you could be starting. The reason why you're chicken and wimped out, because you've had failure in your life. Why is it that when you were a child, you had more balls as a child touching the hot stove or the hot iron or anything that was detrimental to your health, but you get to be an older adult, male or female, that the least a bit of rejection, least a bit of failure, you chickening out? I got a message for you. Establish a big reason why and call me. Get on my website, newlifeveterans.com. Schedule a consultation. We're backed up. We got a lot of people to call back. Keep in mind, these consultations takes 25, 30 minutes, sometimes take longer. I'm going to take my time with you. Establish a big reason why and give me a call. Let's start your claim today. Let's get your high value that you need. Let's throw away the past. Your past is not your future. Draw the line and let's look towards the future. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.